just getting their faces.
There's no voice?
Not right now. Well, I have to show that
They're just the face.
I have to show there's 7 people.
And bad smile.
Smile. Including the dog. Candid camera. Including the dog. Including the orf.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us today, celebrating Nightingale's 20th year anniversary. If you don't know me by now, my name is Catherine Paraiso, and I want to talk a little bit about my parents' accomplishment, Caesar and Rose Tangonen, and what they've accomplished in the last 20 years. Growing up, I heard about this idea about the American dream, that America was the land of prosperity and of endless opportunities, and that if you came to America and you just worked hard, you can achieve those dreams and those aspirations. This thought resonated very strongly in my mind when I think about my parents and where they've come from and where they are today. Imagine this, being in your early 20s. My mom newly graduated as a nurse, my dad as an aerospace engineer. You would think they had their whole lives ahead of them. But because of the country that they grew up in, their opportunities were very limited. But they were fortunate. They were given an opportunity to move to America. But there was a big catch. They had to leave everybody they knew, their family, their friends, their home, and the country they grew up. And that's a very big decision, being at such a young age, early 20s. But they knew what they had to do. So they packed everything up, and they moved to America. First my mom, then my dad followed 3 months later. And they had a lot of challenges and obstacles in their way. Not only being a young couple, just newly married, having a new family, but they also had to start from scratch, from the ground up. And they had a lot of ups and downs, good times and bad times, but they stuck together and they worked hard. Sometimes my mom worked 12, 16 hours a day. Just enough time to go home, sleep, take a shower, and get ready for the next day. My dad, when he first came to America, would take any kind of job. You know, even just as a janitor until he can get a permanent job as an engineer. And we moved from our small apartment to our first small home, to our second brand new home with stairs and a pool. And then we finally settled in San Diego, where my dad found a job as an aerospace engineer. But unfortunately, that was short-lived. Due to the Cold War, he found himself laid off again. Then he was facing another decision. What do? I have bills to pay, mortgages, a family to support. So he decided to start his own business. Go back to school, get his MBA. Then he had to think, what kind of business? So he thought about it, and with my mom's background as a registered nurse and his vision, that he envisioned that elder care would be the wave of the future and that it would be stable and lucrative. They decided to open up their very first assisted living facility in 1990. I've never seen 2 people in my life work as hard as my parents have, be as dedicated as they are, be as determined to give a better life to their family that they never had. They weren't afraid to dream, and they were not afraid to chase after that dream and work hard to achieve it. And now I stand before you proud to say that my parents' dream has become reality. As a family-owned and operated business, we are one of the leading healthcare providers in San Diego today. We employ over 100 employees annually and serviced and provided care for almost tens of thousands of clients over the years. My parents are living proof that the American dream can come true. All you have to do is work hard and not to be afraid to reach for your dreams and to dream. So I want to celebrate their accomplishments in the last 20 years And I could only say that I would hope that I would be as successful and as touch as many lives as they have today. Thank you.